Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. How are we going?
Welcome to the Dice Stormers. This is a one-shot, 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons one-shot run by me, which is very unusual for D&D, normally run by Derek or Ben. As you can tell, we are without Ben and John tonight, so it's just the four of us. But hopefully we'll be playing a game that you can hopefully play easily at home if you'd like. Also taking advantage of all of the wonderful tools that we have from our friends at D&D Beyond and WotC and Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to be using the monster cards and magic item cards, which will become apparent soon. And Nathan's got some lovely tricks to show us with fanciness on D&D Beyond and his plan for the stream. Look at that. Here we go. Yeah. So, nice. Yes, say hi in the chat and we'll get moving on this one shot called Glory Days.
Is there a hint in the title there, Murray?
There may be a hint in the title. Let's meet the players. Sorry, I've been watching too much darts. Let's meet the players.
Can I say darts is an amazing game to watch? Who
would have thought? Who would have thunk that darts were such an amazing, television experience to watch?
It's so
darts.
Exciting.
Because I actually fulfilled a bit of a dream, not this year but last year, by seeing a 9-darter. Not in person, but I was watching television live when they got a 9-darter.
Can you just for the people? I know,
the
and the other guys know, but just for those who don't.
So a 9-darter is darts is 501. You start at 501, and then you go down to 0 as fast as possible. The fastest combination of getting 501 is 9 darts. You can't do it in any less darts. So obviously the highest scoring band on a dartboard is not the bullseye, which is worth 50. But it's actually the triple 20, which is worth 60. So you have to do triple 60, triple 20, triple 20, triple 20. So 180, which is the one that the commentators get very excited about. So you throw 2 180s for a score of 360. Then you do triple 20, triple 19, double 12, I think, and that gets you out in 9 dice. 9 dice. Listen to me. 9 dice.
Can I just say, you just went really, really well on the maths, and then you called them dice instead of darts.
Dice,
so, like,
well, I'm mixing up, genres. You're lucky I'm not calling you all ancient Greek generals at the moment, which is what I'm reading here. All my ancient Greek generals. So any one of those darts could go slightly wrong and just miss, and you're out of a 9-darter. So it's quite amazing when they throw all 9 darts perfectly. It's quite remarkable.
Of course, when you're working in the IT industry, a 9-darter is something much different.
Well, are we allowed to say what a 9-darter is in the IT industry?
Well, it's 9 pieces of data.
Yeah.
9 data.
Yeah.
9.
9 datum.
Datum. Yeah, I was going to say data's that's the wrong tense. These non-declined languages, I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Glory Days.
The language isn't dead, it's not worth talking about.
Yeah, absolutely right. And we're going to be, so I'll just get you to talk to who your characters are, and that way Nathan can show off his fanciness with D&D Beyond.
Who would you like to start?
Well, let's do this fabulous thing of who's on top. Nathan, you're on top.
Ooh. Damn right. Yeah. And we go to here.
And that's me.
Ooh.
Oh, there.
Now,
So,
am I in charge of that, or are you in charge of that?
No, I'm in charge of this because I have the power. But yeah, so my character is Sana. He is a dragonborn. He is a blue dragonborn, which is important because he's electrical. And I just worked out that both my companions, outside of my control, both have electrical-based weapons. So I'm very, very happy because I go to resistance there. I have essentially I'm an old dragonborn general. I was in the armies that kind of like fought some of the big bads that have happened in the previous kind of like last 100 years, and I'm kind of like an aged, grizzled kind of like foot soldier. I never went through the ranks, but I became more and more notorious in the lower ranks and kind of like survived every battle. So I didn't actually move up through the ranks, but I was kind of like very, very
you were last man standing.
Yeah, kind of like
ranks died around me.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I was very consistently not dead. So and so kind of like I got a bit of a name for myself and kind of like but never took up like an army or anything like that. That wasn't what I wanted. I just wanted to go to the next battle, and I got better and better and stronger and stronger. Yeah.
Cool. So show us your fancy zooming in on the D&D Beyond character sheet there. So
so I got the character sheet here. So if we want to go in, we can actually interact, and we can actually go through and like we can have a bit of a look here at the different things. So I have my greatsword here, which is important, and I have my breath weapon, which is a 3d6 attack, which goes into a 30. So it goes, instead of going into a cone like some of the other ones, it's just a 30-foot range, so it hits everything along the way.
Right.
I have superior dice because I'm a fighter, obviously, and yeah, some of the cool thing I have is I have the ring of jumping and the wing wear. So I can basically, the goal is I jump onto a giant who I've fought before, and then I can just fly off them like I'm a dragon, but I'm not really. But
I was going through like one of those flying squirrel things, but okay.
Yeah, pretty much. But like I'm pretending that my wings are going to do it, but it's really underneath my plate armor. I have this like special jump suity thingy.
Cool. All right, Johnny, you're in the middle. Now, does Johnny know how to manipulate his?
I can manipulate it for him.
Oh, Johnny. Nathan's going to manipulate your character sheet. Somehow that sounds wrong.
Yeah,
it sounds so wrong.
What you got to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm playing Kerala Blackfoot, and she is a halfling druid. She lived. She's an older lady. Being a halfling, that means she's over 100 years old, and she
still short.
She's only little, but she's tough. She's spent a lot of time living with her friends, the bears, in the forest. She's probably spent more of the years of her life in the company of bears than of, creatures like these companions that she's with now. She refers to them as the talky ones. So she's a bit odd, which should be fun. And yeah, basically she has a sad sort of story behind her, that there was an evil wizard who came and attacked the forest and the whole region that she was living in, seeking to sap all of the life and the energy out of it. And so defending the forest and her friends, the animals and the bears, she fought in a war against this wizard. And in the end, he was finally defeated, but not before she lost many friends along the way. But she did take his staff. So she has a staff of lightning and thunder, which
that
is
would be this one
pretty
here,
epic.
The staff of thunder and lightning.
Fantastic.
Very, very
Yes, look,
frightening.
here's the card.
You've got it on a card.
I've got it on the card from the which one is it? I've got so many. It is the Magic Items D&D card set from Gale Force 9 and the Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. So we've got super high tech and super proper tabletop low tech.
Yes, because well, in these times I don't get to play with my physical toys, so I'm playing with them, even though we're doing it on Zoom. Yeah. Right, thank you, Kalara, and Derek. Tell us about you.
So speaking of high tech, I am playing Vale, and Vale is a iron forged. So he is a talking piece of machinery. I think possibly the reason he gets on well with Clara is because he doesn't talk an awful lot. So so his history is that he fell out of the sky. There was a flying ship, a flying battle that went over, and he fell out of that and was damaged and unable to speak or move. And his body was brought and put on display in a magician's laboratory. And he, unbeknownst to the magician, he was still able to see and think and absorb information, but couldn't move or talk. And as a result, was unable to say that he was tuna sort of trapped inside there. But he chose to make the best of it and learnt from the magician and learnt to become a wizard. And as a result, finally, during one of the magician's botched attempts at an experiment, it blew up the lab, but also gave him use of his abilities again. And obviously his muscles and skeletal structure had atrophied a little bit, and he wasn't as strong as he once was, but he was smart and was able to take all of the learnings that he'd made from the wizard and head off in his own search of adventure. Probably, sort of pushed along by the villagers with pitchforks and burning torches. As
all good adventurers happen,
That's right.
Fantastic.
And do you want the story about how I got my staff?
Well, 1 second. We'll get to your story. Right. Since you just said you don't speak much, this will probably have to be one of those exceptions. Thank you. So it's cold outside. The three of you are gathered around a fire to keep you from the cold, even though one of you is a dragonborn and one of you is warforged, ironforged. There's a blanket over your knees. The evening meal has just been cleared. And the three of you are sitting there, and as you have heard and have often done, you are trading stories of your greatest exploits. And as someone's already pointed out in the chat, that Saina's very, very humble backstory, being the only last dragonborn standing general.
Nobody else can tell my stories because I'm the only one who survived. So
absolutely,
you got to do what you do, right?
And of course, no one's left alive to contradict your story version of events either. So you are trading stories on your greatest foe that you ever defeated, or how you gained your epic item that defines your abilities. So Derek, Vale, let's hear from you as to your epic. What is it? You've got a staff of
blast.
Voyager Staff. Or if we're going to have a Star Trek reference, it's a Voyager Staff. See what I did?
That's right.
It's from the Ravnica, which of course don't have a set of cards. Derek,
sorry,
that's okay.
You got him.
I've got
digital 1. I've got physical cards 0.
I've got the digital page up, so I know what it does.
We really need a score counter.
That's right. The Voyager Staff is a very powerful magic item. And it was spurred on by, obviously, Vale is a part of the network of adventurers that are roaming the planet, and they heard word of a giant construct, a thing that was slowly plodding its way across the land, and wherever it went, you could hear people screaming and calling out from some kind of town that was constructed on the back of this giant creature or construct, as it were. And then it would mysteriously as it appeared, would blink away in the blink of an eye and disappear and go somewhere else. And through plotting and intuition, Vale discovered where it would appear next, and was on hand to leap onto the foot of it and climb up it. And when he got to the very core of the device, he discovered that it was being powered by this staff. It was clamped in, and he was able to actually wrench it out. And from that moment on, it ground to a halt and sunk down to its knees, and Vale was actually able to rescue the villagers that were trapped on the back of it, and that's how he was able to retrieve the Voyager Staff.
So how would that story sound in Vale's voice, as you regaled your companions around the fire?
Climbed up construct, pulled out magical staff.
Yep.
Construct stop.
We're going to be a real talkative bunch, aren't we?
No.
We got the guy who loves trees more
No.
than anyone.
So the story
really.
So the story that's going on in Vale's head is this remembering all of this amazing
Epic.
combat, but the words are slow and hard to come by in the actual conversation.
I am not in an office, Andy Edwards.
Yes.
This is fake.
I am in a forest. This is real.
Right. This is my office. My home is not this untidy.
Do you know what?
Really?
That's the most that's the most believable part about the story is that yes, yeah, Murray, we could see you with that many books. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. This is amazing green screen that I hand painted in watercolors.
Oh, that's impressive. I see somebody's been taking advantage of their time alone.
Well, exactly. What else are you going to do except paint green screens for yourself?
Water paint,
all right.
green screens.
So this story from Vale, which takes an inordinate amount of time to get out very few syllables to tell you that there was a construct and that he defeated it, and he waggles his staff at you, which you've probably learned to be wary of when Vale waggles his staff.
I'm always wary of anybody waggling their staff.
I think actually probably, Sana, you're probably not that worried about the waggling of a staff that actually involves some kind of electrical weapon, unless it uses one of its other abilities. That might confuse you. But
it has other abilities? Question mark.
Well, it does, but Vale doesn't speak of them in articulate terms.
Can I just say, the best part is that we've all sat around the circle and we've just basically man-grunted everything into existence. It's just like...
Yes, absolutely. The man.
It's just like we've transferred that information, but not in a way that any kind of like movie cinema viewer would really like.
I'm loving that we're role-playing the man grunt. That's fantastic. So, which one of you is itching to tell their story in place of Vale's very laconic lack of syllables?
Johnny, you should totally tell your story, but in the second person, just to kind of like confuse everybody. Not in the third person, not in the first person, but in the second person.
That's hard, man. Second, really tricky.
I don't know whether I can do it in the second person. I'm going to confuse myself. Not to mention any I'm watching. How would Kalara tell her story? I mean, I just told the story, didn't I? So I can skip over some of the detail.
Well, you barely told it.
Listen to it.
I was
if there was another
many years ago, and I was with my friends, the bears. I've told you about them before, I think. Anyway, we were just doing what we did, eating, sleeping, the usual sort of thing. And then this very unpleasant man came and, he destroyed many things and many of my friends. Of course, we had to stand up to him. What else could we do? This was our home, our forest, our friends. So we fought a terrible war. And in the end, I vanquished him.
Hang on. I'm going to be like, which wizard? Big guy? Was he the red one or the green one?
I'm
just trying to think because I've been in many wars. I'm trying to remember if I was in this battle or not. I'm trying to remember, like, what was his army like again? Were they the ones with the big circle shields or?
He had some dragons that remind me of them actually.
Blue, same. Oh,
yeah.
And I'm just I go
blue dragons.
I go deep into thought. I kind of like zap the fire in front of me, and I'm just thinking blue dragons, as if I can't really remember because my memory's not great, but I'm pretending to really, take it in. And like, did they have people like me? I'm just wondering on which side of the battle I was on. Like, it's the other important aspect of this.
I think they did, yes. But I mean, none of them were as nice as you. Sure.
No, thank you. I go along and just immediately change the conversation. But it's a nice spear. I mean, rod. I mean...
Rods are a different thing. They're small.
Yeah. Wow, terminology, man. Rods,
Yeah.
staff. Oh, you can't make that's a. Oh. All right. So what's the greatest foe you killed then?
Me?
Sana?
Oh well. There are so many. Well, there was this one wizard, and I kind of try and talk about the gold wizard, which was the other big wizard I defeated. He foolishly used lightning against me, and was his greatest weakness. And I hit him really hard with this weapon as I hold it up, and it's just got like, you know, all these kind of like, it's very much looks like this. And along
Nice.
nothing like pulling out your sword. So with all the runes on it, and all the runes, each one is a different story and a different warlord or great evil or demon or overzealous angel, or, you know, they all die. Like many of
Just
my
have to hit
friends.
them enough times.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
absolutely.
And sometimes
Love
you have
it.
to jump and hit them.
All right.
But yes, everybody dies. Well, except me.
Were you a hired hand for these wars, or did you fight for a nation?
It depends. Sometimes I fought because, you know, I was drinking with the soldiers and they needed a man, or sometimes the pay was good, and sometimes I fought for the dragons because, you know, family, honor and stuff, and, you know, just got around and always fighting. I always managed to find a fight rather than a place of, you know, safety and normality.
Fabulous. In the distance, a little bell rings, and that sort of, you know, signals something that you're not sure what it is. But the next minute, all hell breaks loose, and bashing down the walls, you see a construct that, for you, Vale, is the very image of your memory. Not that your friends can gather that because they got construct. But for you,
so
it
descriptive.
is, you are flashed back to the very construct that you defeated to get your staff. And for you, Kalara, it is the very image, although slightly death-like, almost as if they had become a lich of the wizard that you defeated for your staff of thunder and lightning. And for you, Sana, it is kind of a whole series of, is it that foe or that foe? But
vague enough that you can't identify, but like has key unique features. That I
kind of,
remember
wizard / devil / demon / like all the stories of your enemies personified.
My greatest fear. All the enemies coming back together as one.
Absolutely. Can you all roll for initiative, please?
Absolutely.
14.
20.
Woo! A natural 20, or is that with bonus?
Natural 20. What is
here.
that? 22.
What's my initiative
Right.
bonus? Plus
22.
4. So that would make it 6.
Okay. And
I've remained consistent.
oh dear.
Oh wow, you guys really lots of armor. Oh, I need to add my armor.
And
Or otherwise it's not going to work.
add your armor. I love it.
I need
I
to
don't
put it
have
on.
much armor.
Yeah. Are you wearing armor around this fire? Probably you.
Probably
aren't.
not.
Oh, indeed. What's that going to be? That is going to be 18. And what was yours, Nathan?
6. I rolled a 2.
6. Mm-mm.
No, 4. I rolled a 2. Initiative bonus, not proficiency bonus.
Right. 4. Well, okay. Yeah, they're going to beat you on a 17. Fantastic. So, therefore, you're going to go first, Vale. What are you going to attempt to do?
I am going to touch my friend Sana on the shoulder and whisper into his ear, haste.
Ooh, I
And
like
I
that.
cast the spell haste.
Right. Fabulous.
I'm going to put on my clothing real quick.
So until the spell ends, which is up to 1 minute, your target's speed is doubled. It gains +2 bonus to your armor class, has advantage on dexterity saving throws, and it gains an additional action on each of its turns.
Nice. Okay.
I think I worked out a way to do my super special flying thing.
There you go.
Right. Nice. That's very well thought out. And therefore, you are... Oh, no, you are not next. I'm next. Hooray. So in front of you, Kalara, is this... You remember, of course, in this moment, all of the horrendous fight and, you know, the lost friends and the damage and the toll it took on you to attempt to kill this hideous wizard who seems very determined to get their staff back. And they are going to cast a spell on you. They're going to basically, what's the weight of yours? Oh, love it. Let's try that. Does it have the weight?
Murray's found an interesting spell. Here we go.
Silly card. Doesn't tell me the weight. Oh, no, probably too heavy. They are going to cast Chill Touch on you, which is going to be... Oh, I think it might hit. They roll on their spellcasting, 23.
Yeah, for level 10, our armor is real low right now.
Yeah, 23 they roll.
Well, that's definitely a hit.
Yeah, love it. Okay. So you get this chill, like, you know, it's the cold, and the shiver, and you really wish that you'd kept that blanket around you when you stood up, when this, these creatures came crashing through the wall. You're going to take... Righty-ho. Yeah, you're going to take some 2d8 of that. Find the d8s, Murray. Oh, I need my dice identification skills. Can you take 11 points of damage, please?
I'm going to react.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Absorb Elements as a reaction.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Blam.
What does Absorb Elements do?
It absorbs any element-based damage, like cold damage, fire damage, lightning damage.
Ooh.
So,
and then I can...
Chill Touch is necrotic.
Is it not cold?
It's saying it's necrotic as a damage.
Why is it called Chill Touch?
I think it's called Chill Touch, but it's necrotic damage.
All right. Well, then I can't absorb necrotic. I can only absorb acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder.
Yeah, if you
Chill
absorb,
of the grave.
If you could absorb necrotic damage, you would be a lich. But that's okay.
Okay. Well, then I would take
Been there,
2d8
done
of necrotic damage.
You take 11. Okay, lovely.
Is that 11? Did you say
11? Yes. And next is against you. So you don't get any bonuses because you're still out of that order. So you're last in the order, Sana. So against you, this what looks to be a combination of these wizards and things that do that.
Foe.
So it stares into your eyes, and they've got like an opalescent light, which, because we live in Australia, therefore we will understand what the most valuable opals are. So it's black opal. Again, I've been watching way too much reality TV in Australia. It's opal with some orange, which makes it
Ooh.
very, very rare.
Oh,
Anyway,
so it's
and
expensive.
it's
I
expensive.
loot the body. Oh no, I have to kill it first, right? Damn
Can
it.
you please give me a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw against magic or be
Yeah.
charmed?
I can roll a 20 naturally.
Oh,
Meaning you did roll 20
and,
naturally, or you
and
were going
also
to?
no, I did roll a 20 naturally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Booyah.
Okay, you resisted that. Great. And therefore, we are up to you, Johnny.
All right. What should I do? What do we think? Are we all standing right next to each other still?
Yeah, you've been sitting around a sort of fire, so you've stood up from the fire. Your blankets have fallen from your knees, and these three creatures have sort of burst through the wall. So yeah, there's a fire between you and these creatures, which haven't moved to attack. So one's done chill touch, haven't they? Yeah. So you've been chill touched, which is a long range spell. So they've essentially taken these actions from where they.
It's probably the worst name for a spell because it's not cold damage and they don't have to touch you.
All right.
Wow, that's deep.
Let's call it. Let's rename it in this moment. Let's rename the spell.
Necrotic ranged damaged.
Necrotic reach, we'll call it.
Yes.
And
I love it.
necrotic spittle.
We'll see whether we can make that trend to rename Chill Touch Necrotic Reach.
All right. I'm gonna. Like what I was really asking was, can I strike this?
You can
lizard?
certainly move towards them to strike.
Or I could just fire something ranged at. So can I see everyone's things, or I can just see my own thing?
You can see all three. So there's a construct, there's the wizard that you fought, and there's this kind of amalgam wizard, demon, fiend, devil thing that is facing off against Sana.
Because he's really confused.
Right. Well, I think it's only right that I grab my staff of thunder and lightning and cast thunder and lightning.
It's appropriate.
No.
So thunder and lightning means that I cause a bolt of lightning to fire out of the tip of the staff towards them. It's 5 feet wide and 120 feet long.
Nice.
So I guess if they're standing.
Okay. Thunder and lightning. What level spell is that?
Don't know.
Sounds very high.
With the staff.
Does big boom boom.
Love that it comes with the staff.
So that, I think. Do I have to roll to hit, or do they have to roll? No, they have to make a DC 17 Dex save.
Okay. Dex. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Make it. Don't make it. Okay.
All right. So the ones that make it take half.
And okay. What's the half damage?
I need to roll 9 d6s. So just bear with me a second. I think.
And the encounter was over.
It's most fun if you roll them all at once, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got to be prepared, you know.
That's almost like Warhammer style amount of dice. You know what I mean? You're just like, raw.
Oh dear, there's too many ones there.
Don't say that. Just
12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 25.
25.
Okay.
So, or half of that for the one that made the save.
So,
and also,
a
deafening thunderclap comes from the staff, audible to 600 feet in every direction.
Right.
And every creature within 60 feet, not including me, but including the two of you, must make a DC 17 Constitution save in order not to be deafened.
Oh, wow.
Love it. Oh,
DC what? 17?
DC 17 Constitution.
Okay, mine all
I'll
make
make it.
their Constitution
Oh,
saves.
wow. All of them.
What's their
Natural
their
20,
con bonus?
16 plus 4 and 14 plus 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Nathan's con is +1.
What's your save there, Nathan?
Oh no, my con is +5, so 12 plus 5, that's 17.
Yeah, you're
There's
fine.
+1.
What are you worried about?
Where?
But loud
On the
noise,
screen,
you know,
we can all see it.
really.
No, that's plus.
Oh,
That's the con, but then my actual con. See,
Oh,
hang on.
your saves aren't on there. Yeah. That's your con bonus, not your con save.
Yeah, con save will be.
Yeah.
There'll
You
be,
might
there'll
be
be
able to
no,
be
five.
proficient.
there'll
Yeah.
be no
Proficient in it. Yeah.
There'll be no
Efficiency.
fudging those numbers with this new
Yeah.
fancy system.
No,
there.
Nobody messes
Hang
with
on.
me.
That looks like a handwritten 5 over the top.
Yeah, that's,
Like you've got
Use
a-
them.
I'm not going to lie. It also says I'm level
Alright.
20, so let's.
Wonderful. So the loud noise really is very annoying, and
Oh, hang on. Nathan needs to take damage.
17.
no.
I rolled a 17.
No. So, you made it, did you?
Yeah.
He made it.
Oh, so everyone made it?
Yeah, I
Everyone
made it.
We're just
So
complaining.
nobody's deafened, but everyone does take
No
3 points of thunder damage.
Ow.
under damage. Oh, we need an AC/DC song playing.
I've been thunderstruck.
Is that
Yes.
electric damage?
Yes. No thunder.
Thunder damage.
Oh, no, like the type of damage it is because I resist
It's
lightning
thunder
damage. Okay.
So,
Thunder. sound, okay, cool.
Johnny, you've unleashed the power of your staff of thunder and lightning, and you remember how amazing this felt when you used to, thump it on the ground and this would happen. It's not quite as you remember. It's, obviously, you probably haven't had to use your staff as recently as all that, but it's not quite. Something feels off. And now you come to think of it, Vale, something feels slightly off about your Voyager staff. Like a vowel's missing, like it's the Voyager staff. Sorry, I had to get my Star Trek reference in twice.
That was good. That was strong.
And you're looking across at Sana, who you've cast haste on, and he's not moving as quickly as he should be if he was under the reference of a haste spell. But he's finally getting to move on haste. So you are currently not wearing armor,
Nope.
and you're thinking you're moving really quickly. So what do you do?
I pull my great sword out
Right.
and I will swing at said enemy with said greatsword twice. Well, how many attacks do I get? I am
Well,
level 10.
you get an extra one from the haste if it's
Yeah.
working, right?
All right.
Oh.
So you get 2, I think.
Action. No, I already get 2 attacks per round. So this is a third attack plus with the haste.
Yep.
So 3 attacks. All right. At my angel / demon / everything. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 16 plus 11. So that's 27.
Love it.
The next one is a 6 plus 11. So that's 17.
Okay, 17 misses.
Third one is a crit.
Nice. Well, it should be a crit. Because at this point, you remember that the reason you've been sitting around the fire trading stories with blankets on your lap and having your meals cleared away from you is that you are, in fact, in a retired adventurer's home. So even though you are level 10 epic adventurers, you are not level 10 epic adventurers anymore. Your bodies have begun to let you down and your minds have begun to wander. Can you please all roll 2d4? What did you roll, Jody?
I rolled 5.
Nathan?
7.
Derek?
A 3.
3. So I'm not sure if we're going to do this on the stream or we're going to do this off the stream. It might be quite fun to do it on the stream. But one of the advantages of D&D Beyond is that leveling is really rapid. But for these retirees who are remembering their epic battles of yesteryear, which in some cases may have been quite some moons ago, we have a 5th level druid, we have a 3rd level fighter, and we have a 7th level wizard. Because the effects of retirement and old age and being out of the range often for the Iron Forge. Well, you could, the lowest you could have gone was to level 2. So
yeah, that's why rolling a 1 was a really impressive roll.
Poor old Sana was, oh dear. So what they're going to do now to the chat? Do we want to watch them level? It's probably very unexciting. I can regale you with stories or therapy because that's what role-playing's for in the time of pandemic. Whilst these guys using the fascinating and amazing skills of D&D Beyond, they're going to de-level their characters appropriately. And the great thing about D&D Beyond, oh, what happened there?
Are you seeing my sheet?
Ooh, nice. What have you got? Oh, I've got a grey square. Yes.
I think we're seeing it, but I don't think that
the stream might not be.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Nathan's done fancy stuff.
I'm already.
So you can
level 3 already
very quickly because it will basically say that certain things that you had were no longer available. What's the chat asking? The chat's asking to describe the retirement home while they do. So, can you please de-level your character? So, again, Johnny, you're going down to level 5.
Be careful not to kill yourself because you took damage.
You're going down to level 3, and Derek, you're going down to level 7.
All right.
So, and Johnny, the damage you took is not quite as bad as you thought it was. So just de-level. Don't take the 11 off, as well.
So I get that.
Yeah, I saw that in my head as old halfling stands up from fire with blanket across lap and goes, "Oh my God, it's so cold. I'm cold." So that's how That's how I read Chill Touch in that regard. Or sorry, Necrotic Reach in that case.
So I basically get to heal the 11.
You get to heal the 11, and
but my hit points have dropped massively anyway.
Yes. So
permanently.
I've been asked by Sunblighter to describe the retirement home whilst you de-level. So you guys can de-level, and then we'll see the effect on your fabulous D&D Beyond character sheets. So unbeknownst to most adventurers in the Dungeons and Dragons world, there are, of course, lots and lots of adventurers at the end of their careers of adventuring who need to retire. Some have lost body bits, some have gone insane, or have, claimed falsely that they've faced certain dangers which they didn't, or they did and have been, their memories have been wiped. And so this vast population of adventurers who are generally quite cashed up. People at level 3 don't tend to retire. They tend to get to quite, high levels of wealth, so level 10 and beyond. And so they need to be housed. So all around the Forgotten Realms are these retirement homes for adventurers. And what they are is these places where adventurers can sit around comfortable fires. They are fed 3 meals a day. Blankets are put on their laps to keep them warm. They're fed any necessary medications that they need. They're healed by healers who can heal physical damage, but they can't reverse the effects of aging unless you want to make certain sacrifices, such as becoming a lich. Which, let's face it, don't really reverse aging as an embrace aging. So they're the glamorous. There are certain. It's like plastic surgery. I suppose we can see liches as plastic surgery junkies, really, in that regard. I don't want to say anything against plastic surgery. Nothing against plastic surgery at all. So of course they are all gathered, and they spend their time around these fires, regaling one another with the stories of their epic adventures and who they defeated and how they defeated them and how they got their epic weapons of, their iconic items, such as in the case of Kilara, we've got the Staff of Thunder and Lightning and the Voyager Staff in the case of Vale, and just a great big great sword that he swings many times in the case of
Bring it out.
Sana. How's that leveling going there, gents?
I'm good, I think.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I think.
Oh, look at that. See how fast was that to level?
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. Well,
So let's reintroduce our characters.
Yeah, let's see.
reintroduce our character. Let's start with you, Nathan.
I'm a lot slower now. So I have 25 hit points. My strength, I'm still super, super strong, but I'm just nowhere near as strong as I used to be. And yeah, so I'm going okay.
Okay, good to
But
know.
like, I lost a lot of my feats. A lot of my specialness is in the air.
No, your specialness is in your character, not in your build.
No, but it really wasn't the build at this point. But yes, no. But yeah, I'm going okay.
I want to have a question to Derek. Derek, at 7th level, do you still have access to haste?
This is a great question. Spells.
Let me grab the player's handbook. It should just.
It's a third level spell.
7th level wizard. Yes, but
It's a 3rd level spell, and I have access to 3 3rd level spells. So yes.
yes, you do. Beautiful. So in that case, haste is in effect on Sana. So
The geriatric
that-
Sana.
if luckily, yeah. So now I could have got much harsher and asked them to apply the aging template, which is in the player's handbook, and I haven't done that. But there are all sorts of penalties for less movement and things like that. So we're just going to role play those as opposed to apply those by the book. You are in haste, therefore. Luckily, Vale didn't roll any lower because a lower level wizard would have been much, much worse to have to deal with. And if anything, your words have got slower, poor old Vale.
Aw.
Yes, took too many hits and forgot some things. Thank you, Sunblighter.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Fabulous. So we are back to the top of our initiative round, which therefore is you, Vale. So haste is in effect on you for your next round, Sana. And we'll talk to Derek now about what effect his retirement and decrepitation, is that even a word? It is now.
Yeah, it's good.
On Vale.
I was about to say, that necrotic damage is looking a lot worse now, isn't it?
I think it's just looking like skin spots. Just like, oh, I got old. All of a sudden.
Great question. Okay, so are we still in battle with these?
You are. It's almost like this battle is the moment of like you went into this battle believing you were an epic 10th level wizard, and this was, I will show my 10th level epicness.
But did I hit
in your
3
case, it's
times
not
or
so
1
bad.
times? Because
Hang on, we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get. So you critted, and it didn't quite feel like a crit, and then you missed and then hit. So do you want to resolve those then at your new level with your damage?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yes, I can do that if you'd like.
Sorry, Vale. I'm skipping back. Well, not skipping back because it's a retirement home.
So
Sorry.
I did a crit before, so that's double damage, is it?
Yep.
6 plus 3 is 9 plus 5. So that's 14 damage for the first hit. And then the second hit is double damage. So it is 4 plus 5. So that's 9 plus 5. Double. Oh, so is it double the dice or is it double everything? I think it's double everything.
Double the dice.
Double the
Double
dice once.
Okay, cool.
Bonus.
5 plus 6. So that's 15. 16 plus, so 21.
So 30 in total?
Yep.
Yes? You had 14 before and then 16?
Yeah,
Cool.
14, yep.
Easy. So big swack out of this enemy of yours who seems to grin and laugh at you at your condition, which they might have known about, but you seem to have only just become aware of.
Oh no.
Same for you, Vale. You stood and you were this epic 10th level wizard, and then suddenly things weren't quite as fizzy as they should have been. What effect has it had on you?
So over the intervening years, the joints that I have suddenly, sort of become more and more seized up. So it's become harder and harder to move my sort of slightly metallic and mechanical body as it used to be. So I don't understand. Am I getting better or worse than that?
Well, I think it's just the effects of that rather than that's part of your getting old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, how far are these creatures away from us?
Well, they're across the common room. So
wow, when you describe it as how far are the creatures away? Or they're across the common room. Hang on, questions were asked.
Are we within staggering range of my season?
Yes, you can make your standard move to get to them.
So I do like I've used this many times in my long and storied career. I'm going to rush into the middle of them and cast something called Thunderstep.
Right.
And I'm going to teleport myself back to where I was with, standing on top of my little blankie.
Nice.
And everybody in the space, I teleport myself to an occupied space that I can see within range. Immediately after I disappear, a thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of the space you left must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 3d10 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
Great.
It's pretty good.
So, what was the DC on the Constitution?
The DC on the Constitution is 14.
14. Okay. Oh, the construct that you are fighting does not make that throw at all. The other two do.
So there's 14 damage to the construct and 7 damage to the other two.
14 damage to the construct.
As I'm moving forward, I'm shouting a battle cry, which actually comes out as
naughty boy, Derek.
And you're powerful, probably more appropriate for poor old Kilara's staff, as it's now an angry walking stick. I'll show you, young whippersnapper. Smack.
Exactly.
Lovely. Fabulous. Okay. Therefore, Johnny, what does Kilara do as a fifth? So you've really felt the effects of age, not quite as much as the poor old Dragonborn, but what effect has it had on you being a 5th level druid?
So mostly it's hit points, really. Some of my 4th and 5th level spells I've somehow lost the ability to do, or forgotten how they work, or who knows.
It's true. It's what happens.
Are we doing
the remembering of the right phrase and the right gesture, and hang on, is this cricket leg or no? Oh, it's the wrong element. Oh,
yes, all that sort of thing. So yep, less spells and less hit points, and generally just not quite as hardcore as she once was. But she's still pretty wily.
Oh yeah, well, no, yeah, of course.
So this lich is leering at you as if it remembers the battle, and this time it's going to win.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I am gonna. Oh, hang on. Before I
go through your
attack,
spell list and you look.
Yes.
I lean over and I place a withered old hand on Sana's shoulder, and I say, "You'll be right, Sonny." And I cast.
That's the bonus action.
I cast bark skin, and his already rough old skin becomes even rougher and barkier. And your AC is now 16
Oh, I like
for
that.
for the next hour,
Nice.
which is handy.
Yeah, put that one in the winning pile.
And then I turn to. Oh, what should I do? You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast another spell.
I
I
ain't
can
gonna
do that, can't I? Oh no, I can't because I've done that, haven't I? No, I'm not gonna cast another spell. I think I'll march slowly
with a waggling finger
up to that wizard, and I'll say, "I've defeated you once before, and I'll do it again."
Sonny
You
Boom.
naughty boy!
like the very rude young man who has not learned their manners, rather than be chastened by your waggling finger and tone of their superior. The wizard laughs, and he is going to try and take what a very rude young man he is. He's going to take a swipe at you with his claw-like hand.
Ooh.
He gets a 17.
Yeah, it's a hit.
That's a hit. What a rude. Yes, his death can't come
Young
soon.
people these days.
He's just,
I know. Tell me about it.
He's just hit an old lady halfling and rolls a 2, a 1, and a 1 on his damage. That's appalling. Can you please take? Yes, that's really bad.
4
Okay.
hit points of damage, or
No,
is it?
I get a +3. I get a +3. Please
Okay,
take
7.
7 hit points of damage, please. Okay, well, that was pretty appalling. He'll be reverting to spells. Okay, so against you, Derek, the construct, which seems similar in the sense that it should be much more free-flowing. It feels a little bit like you, a little bit like, things have seized up over time, and it's been a while since that last fight. It's a little bit like these.
How are you going in game, but Derek?
these boxing matches we're getting now, where not. I don't want to say has been, because obviously if they find me, I'm in deep trouble. But two fighters past their prime come back for the money, and you're like, oh god, that hurt. So he is going to slam into you. So here we go. Oh my gosh!
You're
A
dead.
15 and a natural 1.
Oh,
So let's say the 15. Did the 15 hit?
the 15 does hit.
Yay! But he's pulled a hammy. He's done some serious damage to himself.
That's a hamstring. It's a
Oh yes, sorry, chat. That pulled a hammy is
A colloquial Australian term.
colloquial. Take please 13 damage.
Ouch.
The bludgeoning slam attack, but now he's kind of hopping onto one leg, like he's done something very serious wrong to his construct hamstring. So something's twanged that shouldn't have twanged, that wasn't designed to twang.
It twanged instead of twanged.
Twung instead of twanged. Yes, you hear that. You hear that. Boing. Oh. So that it's kind of tottering on one leg, and against you, Sana, the
Consider it's all pretend now. Can I pretend put my armor on?
no, your barkskin, that'll ruin it. Yeah. You do have haste, remember.
Remember, watch this. Ready? And hang on. Turn it off.
Ooh.
Turn it back on.
I'm getting dizzy.
I'll have 16.
Hey.
Ooh, fancy. Will it be good enough from the longsword attack that comes slashing down at you.
You know what? You know how like they have this thing about like sometimes we don't look after the old people in the old people's home? I really feel this is what's happening right now. Like,
Yeah, where are the staff to
Yeah.
defend us?
Yeah,
or is this the staff?
that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping this isn't the staff.
Yeah. I don't want to tell you that it's credit against you.
Oh dear.
You can't crit against me. What are my abilities?
Really? Where? Show
I don't
me
know. I'll have to check because I had a level 10 character before and now he's not. So
Yeah.
I'll have to check to see if I still have that really cool ability.
I don't think you do.
It was one of my fighter things. It was like if you get hit with an
I wanna-
ability, it would not.
I want to be like one of those patronizing old person home stuff. Oh, that's nice, dear. That's nice. Yes. Okay, go.
Oh, I so hope I have it so I can just be like,
At level 3, I doubt it.
I don't think it's level 3.
It's
so
a
we're
maneuver.
going to double that. We're going to double that damage. Bring it on. Okay, here we go. It is poor rolling by me. That would be 9 damage in total. I rolled a 4 and a 2 on 2d8.
that's
Really
good. So I
not-
didn't
not-
die.
You didn't die.
No, no,
And we are back to a hasty, decrepit old dragonborn with barkskin. So you still gain a second attack, yes? So you're still on 2 attacks
Yes.
if you want.
And I choose to take them. I'm going to draw out my sword. Remember the epic sword, which I never
Your
let
sword-
leave my side?
Your sword, yeah, you didn't. It didn't.
No.
It was out. You
I'm going
put it
to,
away.
and I'm going to triple my jump speed by casting with my ring of jumping.
It's slightly heavier than you remember. Your greatsword. It's like oh.
Which means that my jumping, I can jump. Now, how high can I jump now? Because I can 3 times that now.
Well, the roof might stop you. You know, this is let's say it's a 20-foot roof in the common room, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm
20
gonna.
foot.
So I've got a
Instead
jump
of
attack.
barkskin,
How far are they away from me? How many feet?
Well, you've already been in melee with them, so
Cool.
yeah, 5 probably.
Oh, I had all these really cool things I could do. All right, so just reading what I can do now. Okay. When you make a weapon attack roll, you can expend 1 superiority dice on the roll after the hit before the roll. Yeah, it's nothing I can do really. All right, cool. I will attack them twice.
Do it.
9, and what's my plus now? Because it is broken. 9 plus 7, so 16.
16 misses.
19 plus 7.
19 hits.
Yeah.
Well,
good.
19, 26 hits. 19 hits.
Oh,
Do some damage.
8 plus 5, so that's 13 damage.
Oh, not bad. You can't complain about that. I can complain about anything I like, Sonny. I've reached the age where I can complain about the sunshine or the rain. So how many?
I've earned my rights to complain.
How many hit points was that? I forgot.
The 13.
13. Fabulous.
Hmm.
Right. And we therefore that was Nathan Jarek.
So the construct is kind of staggering.
Yeah, it's on one leg. It's
I cast grease
Grease.
on the floor underneath it.
No, grease.
Yeah, Chris, you're gonna
Cast
you're gonna
grease.
you're gonna try and get it to do you a favor.
You go,
Did you spill your grease all over the floor again?
Cool. You cast Grease. Grease is what's the area effect on Grease?
a 10-foot square.
Okay, cool.
And yes, I grab a little bit of butter off the tray that I was served dinner on
Love it.
as the material component, and I cackle in a sort of a mechanical and He must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. I figure that considering he was
he's
on one
hopping.
leg,
He's hopping. Yeah.
he should do that at disadvantage.
Is that the actual material component?
A bit of pork rind or butter.
Oh my god, that's so great! Oh, it could be a bit of crackling. Oh, love Sunday. Okay, what's the DC?
Dexterity saving throw. So DC is 14.
He rolls a 13 and his dex is -1. He is prone. Now that means you get advantage on everything and he gets disadvantage, yeah?
Yes.
Hope so.
Yeah, I was thinking of a different system. Luckily, I didn't mention that different system because I forget what name it is. Yes. Okay, great. Disadvantage, you have advantage. Lovely. And therefore, Johnny.
All right. So I'm face to face with this naughty man.
Who just like hit you.
So I'm going to hit him back.
Oh.
Scold
violently and scoldingly over the head with my staff,
love it.
which I'm using to help me to walk, and then I lift it up and smack him on the head.
Love it. Does that spend one of its thingies?
It will if I hit him.
Okay, cool.
It will cause a thunder clap if I hit.
It's going to clap.
Well, let's see if I hit first. I don't think I do because I rolled a 2.
No, you don't.
Plus 6, 8. 8 is not going to hit.
You take a swipe and he cackles at you, knowing like he dodges slowly to the side, like a slow motion fight. So you go.
I sort of slowly lift my staff up to hit him. He gets
and he sort of
ample opportunity.
He's got haste himself.
Absolutely. It looks like that.
From my point of view.
Instead, he is going to cast. Oh, yes, he's going to do that.
Time.
He's going to cast grave bolts at you, which are tendrils of.
They're not graves and they're not bolts.
You've seen these before, Kalara. These are shadowy tendrils wrap around you and restrain you. And you remember in a flash of memory, clear as yesterday, that this is how some of your friends were ended when they were restrained, and then this nasty, gleeful wizard slashed at them just as he slashed at you just now. So it is a ranged attack. Oh, a 22. Does that hit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You need to. Can you succeed on a? I
like that. Can you succeed, please? Yeah, that'd be great.
Sure, yeah, I'll try.
Can you please make a DC 16 strength saving throw?
Strength is not my strong suit.
I see what you did there.
I see it.
I got 16.
Oh, you are not. You somehow remember the trick to avoiding being restrained by these shadowy tendrils, but nonetheless,
cover yourself in grease, right? Like Derek's character.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, poor rolling, Mary. Take 9 damage from these things that whip out at you.
The whippersnappers.
Young whippersnappers. They deserve to be put in their place. Right. And then at you, Nathan, I'm not going to deal with this poor old disadvantaged construct that could be very, very over very quickly. This suddenly in front of you, Sana, the amalgam disappears. And then reappears behind you where you were, and you see it bending down to pick up your favorite coffee cup. The coffee cup that
Did you still have coffee in it?
Well, you probably had a little bit of coffee left in it, but it's the coffee cup that accompanied you on every campaign that you can remember. And this rude amalgam of devil, fiend.
Oh, I wish I had something really strong to hit
guy.
him with, but I'm like level 3.
Basically, taking away your favorite item and is pocketing it in his cloak.
Can I pause to tell a story?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So
It's
my
therapy time. Go for it.
So my friend told me this story about how back in the day he used to be on a British aircraft carrier, and in the Navy what they would do is they would give you a mug, and that was your mug that you got coffee in every morning, and at the end of the week on a Sunday you got a shot of port in it, or brandy or something, a hard liquor. And what you would do is you would drink your port or brandy, and then you would not wash the cup so that the residue of the alcohol stayed in it. And then when you got your coffee on Monday morning, you would get a little bit of a zing, and you would continue to build up over months and months out at sea that film of port or brandy in the bottom of your mug. And he did this very successfully and was very proud of this thing that he'd and on shore leave he went back home to his mum's place, and he woke up one morning and his mum said, "Oh, I've cleaned your mug. It had this horrible stuff in the bottom of it. I made it nice. It looks just like new." And he was very upset.
That is how you feel right now, son. This amalgam devil.
Can I just say I'd love that if the story ended with and then he got food poisoning because
Well, the alcohol would keep it safe. And poor old Gollum is going to try and stand up on one leg. He's got disadvantage. What's the DC? 14? 16?
14.
Disadvantage. Oh man, that's annoying. He would have made it. He doesn't.
Is he prone now?
He slips over. He says, "I've fallen and I can't get up."
That's what you get for taking my mug. So can I strike him now?
Nathan, you turn to see your favorite mug being taken by this thing.
Yeah, spanky time. All right. 17 plus 7 or whatever it is. There it is.
You run over quickly, Zimmer frame fast.
I do so with like a lunge, a jump.
Okay.
Some would say a lunging attack.
Nice. What's that give you?
When it makes a melee, you I just get to add 1d6 to the damage.
Well, you
hit and I hit.
Add 1d6 to damage.
Yep. So I've done it twice. So the first one is 3d6 damage plus 3d6 plus 7. 4, 2, 6, 7 plus, so 14 damage for the first one, and the second one 5. So 14 and 13.
Yep. 27.
Give me my cup. Do I have my cup?
Well, you didn't try and get your cup. No, you went. Unless you were if you tried to put the handle of your cup through your sword.
My sword's big. Have you seen my sword?
Some finessed move.
Big sword.
It's a big sword.
No, you have rescued your cup because your big sword. Yes, doesn't quite give you the finesse to do that. Derek, poor old construct is raging away on the ground.
I reach over to the arts and craft table.
There's some giant knitting needles.
Just throw
and I
glitter
grab
everywhere.
some clay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I form it into the shape of a little hand.
Right.
And,
I thought you were gonna go voodoo on me for a second there, but yeah, okay.
And cast a spell called Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, in which a huge human-sized hand comes up out of the ground and proceeds to bash the construct as it is lying there flailing.
Nice.
And there's no there's no change of that. That's just a magical spell. It's hard.
And I say, you naughty natural guy.
Great. And is that do you have to roll to attack, or does it just happen?
If the target must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage, or half on a successful.
Okay. He's got disadvantage. He rolls a 12.
He does not take it, so he takes, unfortunately, only 5 points of damage, but he is restrained.
He got told.
So he's prone and restrained. Not going well.
This is great. I love this.
He has a disadvantage to try and get out of that, which he'll do soon. Meanwhile, you're back up, Kalara.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've had enough of this insolence from this wizard.
You very insolent boy.
And so I shout, but I shout with the voice of thunder.
Nice.
And I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
Like really, really angry old woman. Oh, I love
Correct.
it. I love it.
I'm only small, but this shouting is quite strong. So every creature within 15 feet of me must make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, come on.
Oh, is it every one, or is it in a directional?
It's a cube originating from me.
Oh.
Okay, so let's say that Nathan and the wizard who touched his cup are not within that. They've gone, and the construct was on the far side. Can you give me a odds and evens roll, please, Derek?
I get an odd.
Okay, you are within this struct, but so is your poor old construct on the ground.
Okay.
So yeah, if you fail, you take 2d8 thunder damage, and you are pushed 10 feet away from me.
For someone who doesn't talk much, Johnny.
You just scream a freaking hell out.
I can make a lot of noise when I need to.
Yeah.
In addition, this is going to be interesting, Murray. In addition, unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from the city by the spell's effect.
Oh, you're having a tantrum in the common room. There's going to be all sorts of people in white coats.
Furniture.
Nice.
Arts and crafts supplies, everything just gets thrown 10 feet away from me. And does the wizard get thrown back? That's what I want to know.
The wizard's going to get pushed.
If he fails his save.
Right. What happens to the restrained construct? So he can't be pushed. He's going to just take the damage.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Right.
So what's the damage? So he's going to fail, I think, because he's restrained. He can't actually move, so he's going to take the damage regardless.
Yeah. So it's did you make your throw?
Hang on, is he being pushed whilst having grease on the ground? So did he just slide? Just
Well, now the hand's restraining him, so I don't think he can go anywhere.
Yeah. So he'll take 6 points of thunder damage.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the what's
the DC? 13. Used to be higher when I was at level 10.
I rolled a 5.
Back in my day.
I go.
You go flying 10 feet away.
Yes, I go Zimmer over.
At 6 points of thunder damage.
Ouch.
Oh. Right. We're back to.
Oh, did the wizard get thrown back 10 feet?
That
yes.
was. Sorry. Your actual opponent.
Yes. The main target.
The one that you were yelling at.
We were too busy dealing with the humorous side targets as opposed to the real target.
Yeah.
So 13. Oh no. With Dex?
Con.
Yeah, definitely not going to make a con. He takes it. So 6 and pushed away. 6
points of damage and pushed away 10 feet.
That'll teach him.
And feeling a bit scolded.
Right. He has been scolded. All right. Well, we've been going for an hour and a half. That's amazing, like time flying, because we're retirees and we have no sense of time. Let's have a quick break from the stream. And when you come back, we will find out whether our retirees can survive this onslaught of their past.
Awesome.
See you in a sec.
Thank you, chat. This has been really fun. Thank you for your suggestions.